Apparently, this was another episode that ran short given how long the previously segment is, and it makes sure to highlight the teddy bear, how important that must be. The flashback is finally focused on Shannon, who is revealed to have been a ballet teacher. There's a little continuity nod to the French guy whose kid kept watching Finding Nemo, most of which ended up being cut out, making this brief bit we're left with nothing but filler. Shannon's father is killed, and we get a look at Jack fresh from saving the hot blonde instead. Boone comes to the funeral where Shannon tells him about getting an internship at the Martha Graham Dance Company and how his mother hates her. As we see when she gets that internship, but Boone's mother steals all her father's money like we learned about before, so she can't go. I complained before about the flashbacks containing ridiculous evil strawman characters to artificially increase our sympathy for the focus character, and this is perhaps the worst of the bunch, particularly because, well, we'll get to that. Boone's mother also offers Boone a job so Shannon can't stay at his place anymore, which gets her to declare that she'll make her own money from now on. So there you have it, all her character flaws are explained, and all it took was the insertion of a single complete evil and petty character. So par for the course then. Saeed surprises Shannon with a new fancy tent, and then it's time for sex. Oh, Nadia. Who? Oh, don't worry, she's dead to me. Ana Lucia's gotten lost, which lets Michael, Jin, and Echo catch back up. Well, they held that tension for a whole 5 minutes. Echo tells them about the others, and Libby asks if he saw the kids, which is as much information as we've ever learned about these people, and it's still not about any of them. After fun sexy time, wet backwards talking Walt comes back. Oh god, I don't want to think about how much he just saw. Saeed doesn't believe Shannon again, but we quickly move on to Charlie being upset that Claire woke up Aaron in her attempts to find out what the screaming was about. Yeah, you know where this is going.
Well, he's going to need feeding now. He's going to be up all night and fussy all day.
Sorry.
All right, well, there's no harm done. Give him here, then. Okay.
Shut up, Cass, Charlie. Sawyer collapses, and we finally learn something about one of the tailies themselves when Libby reveals she's a psychologist.
He got shot when they took my kid.
And drink. Shannon asks Rose where Michael and Walt's stuff is, and then Rose comments that she lost the one person she loves on the island. So, did you miss the whole thing with Saeed, or what? Shannon gives Vincent Walt's scent, but this just makes him lead her to Boone's grave because I have no idea. Locke teaches Claire about swaddling, and of course he makes it about himself again by bringing up the need to be free. I should also note that the historical John Locke was opposed to swaddling, one more sign that giving him that name really doesn't mean anything. The point is, this gets Claire to tell him about the drug statue. Echo tells Ana Lucia they have to cut inland, which gets her pissed off. Add that to her buttons, I guess. The only purpose of the scene is for Ana Lucia to make a vague reference to a time when Echo didn't talk, but with nothing else to go on, it's pretty much meaningless at this point. Claire lets Locke hold Aaron, leading to a line that, given the opinion of Locke I've developed by now, is a lot creepier than was intended.
He smells good.
Michael's finally had it with Ana Lucia refusing to explain things and gets her to talk about how 12 of the tailies have been kidnapped by the others, which of course leads to...
He took my son.
And drink. Shannon is for some reason still sitting by Boone's grave, which really doesn't help her case that this isn't all about him when Saeed finds her. Locke and Charlie have a little talk about how Charlie somehow thinks that he knows all about how Claire can be a good mother. This naturally gets Locke to bring up the heroin thing, though he doesn't reveal that he knows about the statue, because it just wouldn't be this show if people actually communicated with each other. Sawyer passes out, and Ana Lucia naturally wants to leave him. She brings up Goodwin and is then just shocked when the name doesn't mean anything to Michael. He gets Bernard and Libby to help him make a stretcher. Vincent has apparently picked up the scent again, and Saeed becomes such a pain that Shannon tells him about the bottle. You'd think this is why the writers had Claire tell her about it for no reason, but, well, you'll see. The tailies climb a hill, then notice that Cindy is gone. Oh right, the flight attendant who gave Jack that extra bottle of booze was with the tailies. Her name is Cindy, and she's done a whole lot of nothing up to this point. And spoilers, that's exactly what she'll continue doing for the rest of the series. Shannon breaks down about how everyone thinks she's worthless. Can't imagine how they get that impression. This gets Saeed to say he loves her, so I guess the writers really had completely forgotten about Nadia at this point. Saeed sees Walt for himself, Shannon runs after him, and...
Shannon! Shannon! What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, 'cause it is. What you say? That it's just what we need. You decided this. What you say? What did she say? You don't care if you don't care. You care. You don't care.
My score for Abandoned is 5 out of 10. I'm still just baffled at this story's whole structure. Like I said before, Boone's mother is possibly the worst of all the evil strawman characters to appear in the show's flashbacks, and that's partly because just like Hibbs and Susan, the writers take a lot of care to build up our hatred for a character and then cheat us out of seeing them get any kind of comeuppance, seeing as she never appears again. But it's mostly because, well, Shannon dies in the same episode where she appears, so everything about her is instantly rendered pointless since Boone is dead as well by now. The same goes for Jack's appearance in the flashback. Why reveal this character connection in the very same episode that it becomes completely irrelevant? There's also the issue of the message bottle. Claire tells Shannon about it for no in-universe reason, just the meta reason that she can now tell Sayid about it. And that is shortly before Michael, Sawyer, and Jin get back to camp, rendering the whole storyline pointless as well. The reason why Shannon was killed off is still kind of a mystery. At the time, the rumor was that Maggie Grace wanted to leave as she was starting to get lots of movie offers, and if that was the case, I think we can all agree it was a huge mistake. As for the episode itself, it's pretty much just a vehicle to kill Shannon and get the two groups together, and you can't really deny it succeeds at that. It's just that there's nothing special along with it.